Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Iris, and this is a collective pick a card tarot reading. This reading is timeless, so whenever you find this, trust that this message is meant for you. It is currently what is called dark moon, where the moon is waning, and tomorrow it will be a new moon in Capricorn, and the moon is currently in Sagittarius right now. And take a moment to ground yourself. Take a big deep breath and choose the pile you feel most drawn to, whether it's the deck symbol or simply your intuition. And for today's reading, we have 3 piles to choose from. And I will also pull an oracle card from the Halloween Oracle because it's dark moon. So we have a little bit darker decks today. So pile 1, we have the Hecate deck with a butterfly. Pile 2, we have the Voyager deck with, sorry, that was my cat, with a manifestation necklace that I made. It says, "You are irreplaceable." And then deck 3, we have the Game of Thrones tarot deck with the American flag. So take a moment. You can pause the video if you need more time. The timestamps are listed in the description below. If you're here, you chose pile 1, the Hecate tarot deck paired with the butterfly. This reading is for you, so take a deep breath and let's see what messages come through. I will say I feel like you're trying to make a decision about something, and the butterfly symbolizes transformation and freedom, which is a perfect dark moon symbol, which you would think a butterfly would be the light, but it also signifies transformation, and during dark moon it is a time of transformation. And Hecate, which is this is the deck you chose, the Hecate deck. She is the goddess of dark moon in the crone, but once she turns new, the crone and the maiden are the same. And she is also the goddess of the crossroads. So you may be in a time where you're at a crossroads, you're experiencing transformation. Let's see what comes up. It's really, really windy outside right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, you hear the howling of the wind that is outside my window. Oh, this is such a lovely card. Journeying. Look at that. That's so beautiful. This man is falling through this portal. There's a little bee here. There's a deer. There is a bluebird. A snake, which he is perfectly content holding. A fox. And that is number 7. So in this deck, the book says that journeying, Hecate Chrysosandalos comes to you through her magical tool, the Strophalos. Deep in the wilds of Arcadia, where her companion and fellow Titan Pan dwells in the glade of peace, she gives you the secrets to spiritual travel and growth. And the message is, a time of growth is upon you. Now you are a creature of both worlds, the pure world of possibility where the gods dwell, and the everyday physical realm of your life. To expand your awareness, you need to embrace them both and use Hecate's golden sandal to become a walker between worlds. Like her, take stock of the life around you and learn its lessons. Observe the wildlife that is everywhere. Pan and Hecate would show you how connecting with nature will aid your growth as a spiritual being and help you on your own fool's journey. Remember that the spiritual and physical planes exist together in harmony and balance, and that as you journey through the spiritual realms, you should also remain connected to and aware of the physical world around you. Okay, so with this butterfly, which is transformation, and then the journeying card, you had to go through this sort of a death to transform into this butterfly, to be able to connect the two worlds, to be able to bring that experience into the physical realm and help others. And this is a journey that you're meant to go on. You are such a beautiful soul. And you've been through so much, but you still remain so positive and light. Ooh, mastery. I love this card. This is one of my favorites. Look at you. This is like the magician card. And a mermaid with swords. This also reminds me kind of like Atlantean times. There were lots of mermaids in Atlantis. Okay. So the mastery card. Hecate in Lania is queen of the watery domains, and she meets you armored, swords at hand within her ocean deeps, to remind you that you are a powerful and capable being. Just as she takes each challenge head on without hesitation, so should you as you travel onward, remembering that each challenge is part of your spirit's path to growth. Were we not just talking about that, how the transformation that you're experiencing, becoming a butterfly in this chrysalis, is a part of your spiritual journey so that you can bring that into the physical realm, your teachings, and a part of your spiritual growth? Like, you are strong. You are like, I can do this. And this Hecate is helping you. She's here armored, ready to fight for you. You are not alone in this transformation. The message is self-knowledge equals self-empowerment. Take action, be active, face challenges head on. The path of wisdom is not a passive one. We all have tools we need to manifest reality. Beautiful. Yeah, so you are on this mission. I just see you as this butterfly. Like, you have so much light within you, and you've gone through so many changes, but that's not going to stop you from sharing your light with people. And no, it's not a passive one. It is a difficult road. That's why she's here to help you. This is not an easy route. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like police sirens going on in the background, so that just validates. Oh my gosh, you are just incredible. I have never gotten like such a positive reading like this on a dark moon. Like, this transformation is empowerment. And the sirens going off right now is just telling me that this is meant to be. You have a world soul. I know the imagery on these cards are so interesting, but I love this deck. So let's see. I have never gotten this card before. World soul. Hecate Sochera appears in all her majesty, beckoning you to join with her in the dance of the cosmos. Tread the paths of the sacred Strophalos and touch the planets, stars, waters, and earth. Message. The world soul is here to show you divine wholeness. We are all at the center of our own cosmos. Above us, the stars shine and the planets spin in their orbits. Around us, all life slithers, runs, and flies. Below us, the underworld contains the past, present, and future in each and every soul. Recognize your place in the cosmic dance and celebrate it. The goddess is all, and we are part of her. Like the goddess, we are surrounded by all the elements of magic. As we dance the dance of life, remember that as our intentions form in the world of the spirit, so they manifest in the world of being. Okay, I'm feeling so much right now. Whew. Sorry. So, I don't know what's going on outside. It is crazy out there. There is wind going on everywhere. There are sirens going off everywhere. That's crazy. Okay. So what I was getting with this card is that you have actually gone into the underworld and you have seen the darkness there. But you also have dealt, what I mean by that is you've dealt with like your own personal shadows, and you've come to accept your shadows. Or when you come to accept these shadows, know that you have a guardian looking out for you. And you see the balance between it all. And you know what's funny is my cat bit me today, and I have this Band-Aid on. It's a little Yoda, and I was like, I'm going to use the Force in my tarot readings. And you are this person too. You're using the Force. You find the balance. Look, it has as above, so below right here. And the balance between it all, and just coming out of her crown chakra, there's just this understanding, this common knowledge, understanding that, yes, I went through this pain. This is a part of my journey, and I'm going to use it to share my light. Okay. What a beautiful message. I've got chills all over. And yeah, it's cold outside, but it's warm in my house. And there's just a lot going on. But we're in our little world doing tarot readings. We are positive light beings. We don't care what's going on around us. We're just zen. All right, here's our oracle card. The veil. Crazy. Okay, that's what we were talking about in this reading. So like, you've gone in the underworld, you've come out the other side. This is the transformation coming out. And then the balance between the underworld and the physical realm, and then also the higher realms, the veil. Like, you can see through the veil. You have been to the depths. Oh gosh, it's just like crazy energy in my house right now. Okay, around my house. My house is fine. It's just really loud outside. It's dark moon. Okay, the veil. And this says the future though. So maybe this hasn't happened for you quite yet, but it is, or you are in the depths of it, and this is where it's going. Like, you're coming out the other side. You're going to learn and you're going to grow more than you could even imagine. You will have this understanding. So this is the veil, the future. There is a misty curtain that divides us all. The veil that this night thins, transparent the weave becomes, and the future no longer dims. Also, dark moon, the veil is really thin at this time, because it's the darkest of the moon before it turns new. So the veil is super thin. And that's why I chose this Samhain deck, because during Samhain, or Halloween as others like to say, the veil is very thin. So here's what this card says in this book. The ancient Celts used to call the time of the longest night of the year Samhain. Oh my gosh. They believed that there was a misty veil that separated the world of the dead and the living, but on 2 nights of the year, Samhain and Beltane, the shortest night, that the veil would thin. The fineness of the veil meant the ancestors were closer than ever, and even the gods would be close. This would mean that communications from the dead were more likely to occur, and that divination, where the divine speaks through something, would be more effective. So while using this oracle as the veil lifts, know that the other worlds are close. Listen in particular to what messages may come forth around your future. Look to what you want to happen, plan, set intentions. Okay. I am intuiting that dreams are going to be very big for you. Whether you are seeing this video on Dark Moon or Samhain or any time after you watch this video, be mindful of your dreams. Drink a special tea. The veil is thin for you. You are going to be able to actually communicate with loved ones on the other side. And it can be through dreams. Because we have... So this is a number 7, but the way this card is, it kind of reminds me of the Hanged Man as going into the underworld. But this is more like going into the Summerlands. If you've ever like traveled astrally, it's very similar to this, like going into another dimension, into another world. Okay? And this is the balance between all of the worlds. And right now the time for you is very thin. So if you have loved ones that you miss, or guardians or spirits that you're trying to communicate with to get more messages, I highly recommend drinking like a sleepy time tea and going to bed with the intention of I'm ready to talk. Because someone is reaching out and you have the power within you to go deep within to receive these messages. And the time is now because you're falling on this video and you've watched it this far. So you know. And yeah, so that's what I have for you for this reading. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And I hope that these messages brought you clarity, comfort, or confirmation. Remember to take what resonates and to leave the rest. And if you do feel called to donate, my Venmo is linked in the description. But if you'd like to book a personal reading to dive deeper, you can DM me on Instagram to schedule. My Saturdays are open. And take care of yourself this week, and I'll see you soon. That is where we close the energy for this reading. Hi, if you're here, you chose pile 2, the Voyager deck, paired with the Manifestation necklace. You are irreplaceable. It's kind of hard to see because the glitter, but yeah, it says you are irreplaceable. And this reading is for you, so take a deep breath and let's see what messages come through. It's been a minute since I've used this deck. I'm having this sense that you are needing some protection. All right, this card just popped out. So we have Priestess 2, which is our High Priestess. And this imagery it has the moon in her crown chakra. So having the goddess connection, the lunar connection, you may not realize this, but you are very in tune with everything around you. You have this dolphin water spirit. You have water, moon. So like you are very in tune with the moon phases. So I would recommend that you are aware of where the moon is, the phase, and possibly what sign it is in. Right now it's currently in Sagittarius. It's dark moon, and it's going to be new tomorrow in Capricorn. But you're very in tune with the energies around you, and you're also very in tune with people. Also, another thing is I felt inclined to put the you are irreplaceable right by my black onyx point, which indicated to me that you are needing to focus more on protection And this is showing me that you are very like in tune with everything around you. You're kind of like a sponge. So you may be experiencing crazy emotions, and I highly recommend that you just check in with yourself. Are these your emotions you're feeling, or is it somebody else around you? And do you need to get more grounded in back into your own energy and space? There is a song, it's called I Call My Power Back, and I think it's called by Joy and Soul. That is a manifestation song that you can use to align your energy back into yourself. I use it all the time because I'm also very sensitive. So I highly recommend doing a similar chants, or if you need to, the chant with the song. I use it a lot. Okay, and this card says, as the priestess, you symbolize the law of knowledge. You know the truth. Through inner stillness and equilibrium, see what lies below the surface. Know yourself. Equanimous and balanced, like your number 2, you are able to see yourself objectively. Through your dreams and meditations, allow your moon subconscious to rise to the surface of conscious awareness. If your watery receptivity, you are the reflecting pool, a mirror to others. You are a counselor, a wise owl. Like the dolphin, tune into others' vibrations. As the temple of Delphi, you are an oracle for a sea. The Queen Nefertiti, as a priestess, symbolizes your ability to bring metaphysical perceptions into the material world. Allow the psycho-spiritual arts in a practical, influential, worldly way. Be calm, cool, stoic, and withdrawn. In your detachment, you are emotionally self-sufficient. Get clear of emotional and worldly entanglements that might cloud the purity of your diamond vision. The shadow or negative side of the priestess. You may seek, however, the contemplative spiritual life of the priestess out of fragility, and escapism, and so loose the warmth and risk involvement of the secular world. Yeah. Very similar to what I was kind of getting from this card already. You're very perceptive to and receptive to the energy around you. So, but this also is saying that you were reflective to the people around you. You're a mirror. So you may be a catalyst for change, because people can't always accept themselves. And when you're a mirror for that, it can be hard to deal with those people. And it can be hard for them to have a mirror around. So I say just get back into your own energy. Don't let these people mess with you. You are a priestess. You are a queen. You know your worth. You're a wise owl. And you have the moon on your side. Let's see what else comes out. If you have pets, they can be a good meditative tool. I just suddenly felt the urge to pet my cat. Even though she bit me, but I still love her. She got a little overstimulated when we were having snuggle time. I also might have been smothering a bit too much. Ooh, okay, yeah, you got something going on there. You have negativity, 5 of crystals. So there might be a little bit of arguments going on with an individual that you are being a mirror to. They can't handle the truth, okay? It's really, really hard for them. That's why there's negativity. All right. 5 of crystals. And in this, that would be like the 5 of swords. So it says, the mind has the cutting properties of the crystal. Your mental sharpness can cut down, slay, and negate. Like the broken crystal, your negative mind is defeatist and critical. You interpret events negatively, seeing tornadoes, valleys, floods, and earthquakes everywhere. Your negativity creates confusion, chaotic crystal, narrow-mindedness, dark crystal, dullness, opaque crystal, and delusion, fool's gold crystal. So there's 5 different crystals in here. But the same negative mind gives you the very ability to slay your negativity. Using the positive side of negativity, say no to the self-defeating inner critic, and learn to say no when your discriminating intelligence appropriately judges so. So that's, yeah. I don't think that you are being a negative person. I think this person is being negative and you're calling them out on their shit. And you just, and I also see like with the crystals sort of like a cutting, like you're cutting through the BS. You're not taking it anymore. And this can be any relationship. This can be love. This can be family. This can be friends. This could be work. But yeah, I'm just seeing you're very adept. You're very in tune. And you see this negativity for what it is. And you've called it out. And that's why this protection has shown up here. And I also feel like for those of you that it is a deep relationship, you are irreplaceable. This person is never, ever going to replace you, ever. Okay? But you need to know you are the priestess. You are irreplaceable. And this person, they may have weighed you down. Like, this card feels heavy. These crystals are heavy, heavy minerals. This person was weighing you down, okay? Let's draw one more from this deck, and then I'll draw an oracle card. I'm also, like, my throat chakra is really, really tight. Like there may have been screaming. Like, I really don't know. For some of you, it could be screaming. For others, it could be blockage. Like, you're not able to speak your truth. But I do feel like you've cut this person. You've told them how you feel. Okay, the deck wants to give me 2 instead of 3. So we have Lovers and 8 of Cups. So this was definitely somebody you were romantically involved with. If you chose this deck and you were not romantically involved with this person meant a lot to you deep down. Like, this was a strong relationship, okay? And yeah, this is over. We've got the 8 of Cups. You're moving on. These cups, you're realizing what cups, in the 8 of Cups, the cups have fallen. And some are still standing. But you're realizing that you cannot control the cups that have fallen. And you've accepted that these cups have spilt. We can't go back in time, so there's stagnation. Okay? But you are irreplaceable. Oh my gosh, okay. When I made this, I was not intending for it to be like the song Irreplaceable, but that song just came into my head, like, to the left, everything you own in the box to the left. Don't you ever get to thinking you're irreplaceable, because this person is irreplaceable, but you are not. You are very in tune with that. You stand on business, you know who you are, but it doesn't take away the fact that you loved and cared for this person and that there was a deep connection. But I'm seeing this was a karmic connection. This was not. This is a connection that was meant to enlighten you, help you grow. It was not supposed to be a forever connection. This was a learning connection. And now you have a diamond in your eye and you have wisdom and you can see the truth, and now you've grown from this. I mean, this wasn't all for nothing. You have grown from this. You learned. Okay, let's see here. The Lovers card. All right, here's what the meaning of the card says. I do like the imagery of this card. It's kind of cute, like the little swan in the back and the flowers. And of course, we have a waning crescent moon, which it is dark moon. Have to point that out. I was born on a waning crescent, so I'm a little bit biased about dark moon. Some people don't like it because it tends to be like a time where the energy is low energy, quiet, or just darker energies come out because the moon is hidden. So it can be a time for darkness and going inward, but I personally like that. I also just have darker placements in my chart, so it's just kind of like I'm at home, but I was born on this moon, so I like it. Other people love full moon. I do love full moon too, but just embrace where you are. So the Lovers, symbolized by the conjoined male and female, is the law of union, oneness through marriage of opposites. So this could have been someone you are married to. You are possibly going through divorce. And I'm just sending you so much love and healing. I know that's so hard, especially if you still live with this person. I can only imagine, like, you're really feeling that. Protect your energy. I call my power back to me by Joy. Wow, I forgot. I don't know. You are continually faced with choices to choose this or that, or to be involved or not involved. You may be indecisive, confused, and at times a little schizophrenic. But out of chaos comes clarity. Be comfortable with change. Yeah, I mean, you are gaining clarity, that's for sure. But it's through all this hurt. The Lovers is embracing the opposites. Be intimately involved with others, but also maintain your self-integrity. Be feminine, but also masculine. Recognize your individuality, but also see yourself in others. The shadow or negative side of the Lovers. Like the Lovers embrace in the stone sculpture, you may become codependent, a prisoner of a dysfunctional relationship. There may have been codependency here, but you've gained insight. I can tell. Or you are learning, because you are irreplaceable. Don't forget that. And I think you know that. Deep down, you know that. But this is just, ugh. Okay, 8 of Cups. So, I know what the 8 of Cups is in the original tarot, and I did explain that, but I like to read like what the book has in here, because it just kind of brings the artwork up. And this says stagnation, okay? But I view the 8 of Cups as like sort of an acceptance card, because in the traditional tarot, the man is facing away from the 8 of Cups, realizing like he's accepted that they are the way that they are. But also in traditional tarot, it does mean like a walking away. So somebody could be walking away from you, from the relationships, or you're walking away from the relationship and accepting that it's no longer serving you. It is in here just causing you stagnation and stuck, which makes sense, because this, how can you just move with that around? But you're seeing through the bullshit, and you have called this out. You see it for what it is now. This is deep down what you wanted, what you saw. But you see the truth now. You see the reality. You've cut through this bullshit. Stagnation is the emotional fatigue, indolence, and flatness you feel when things have begun to roll downhill, become sticky and swampy, blocked, dry, suffocating, and dead. Totally. The oozing liquid floral abundance symbolizes the stagnation you experience as the result of overdoing, overindulging, overdosing, and debauchery. Useless cups and dried up leaves and water represent stagnation from boredom to routine. You tried really hard with this relationship. You gave it your all, okay? You don't need to give anymore. You don't need that. The closed face in the center means that this is the time for emotional rest. By shutting down all systems, going within yourself, and conserving energy, you rejuvenate and revitalize, a process symbolized by the spring greenness of the vase. Remember, all life comes out of the swamp, so be patient and know that new life is germinating. Perfect. Yeah, okay. So if you're seeing this reading, whether the moon is dark for you or not right now, it is a time for you to go inward and have your own dark moon. Like I said earlier, I cherish my dark moons because I need the rest and relaxation, and you deserve rest. After all of this is a lot, okay? Especially with an enlightened mind. Like, if you can recognize and see all of that, this person doesn't see this. And you are coming from a higher perspective. And it can be a lot when you have lower energies bringing you down, just like pulling you down. But you have a higher knowledge, higher perspective, higher vibration, and this no longer serves you. This no longer serves you. You do not need to overdo it anymore and put any more of yourself into these dead flowers that have already died. They're not coming back to life. I don't care how much you water them. You got to water yourself now. And I think you're working on that, and I think you're trying, because you are irreplaceable. And you are protected. Okay, let's see what our Halloween Oracle has to say about this message. Look at the love potion in the back. The love potion with a dead skull on it. This love is dead. You don't need the love potion anymore. Okay. Ooh, okay. Trick or treat, mischief and play. It's kind of a silly card. All right. Ooh, this person might be stalking you. You really got to protect your energy. Whoever you are, protect it. Stalking and stomping, eyes shining and begging baskets. Faces and bodies that are no longer ours, laughing skeletons and candy caskets. Ooh, this is not... This person gives me the ick, okay? The ick. They are begging. They are desperate. Trick-or-treating is such a fun thing to do, is it not? Yet why do we trick-or-treat? Ancient peoples understood that there were both mischievous and perhaps nasty spirits wandering around at nightfall at Halloween, as well as happier, more benevolent spirits. They thought that if they dressed as spirits themselves, or other frightening creatures, then they would not be recognized as human and attacked. The idea of causing a little chaos as one of these spirits was part of the imitation and the enjoyment of the night. The practice, as medieval Britain was aptly called, souling. Today, trick-or-treating is a huge event. We spend much time, money, and effort dressing up as our scariest creatures, and this has even extended to dressing up as our favorite celebrities and other pop culture idols. Instead of traditional candy apples and barmbrack, we give out a mind-boggling variety of candy. It matters not. The idea of frightening away death and darkness still stands. I believe that the modern trick-or-treating also unites communities by introducing our families and friends to those around us in a non-threatening and joyful way. Many of us do not know our neighbors. even those who live next door. And Halloween gives us an excuse not to be so reserved and extend our boundaries. Should you receive the trick-or-treat card in your divination, it may be a time to examine the role of play and mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and you can extend the fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes and play in one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every time. Alternatively, it is worth knowing that there is a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has, at its core, a sense of irreverent fun. Okay, so I'm getting a couple messages with that. So it could be that this person is being mischievous towards you or more manipulative. They are trying to... If you still live with this person, they know how to hit your buttons and make you feel a certain type of way, okay? If you don't live with this person, they are stalking you, sending you negative energy. They just give me the ick. But also with this card, I'm thinking this has weighed you down too long. It's time for you to go out and have your own fun and be mischievous. Now, I'm not saying do anything towards this person. I'm saying go out and have your own fun. You know, I feel like this person has held you back from having fun. It's almost like you've been in this haunted house, almost like on house arrest, and this person just has sucked your energy dry. But it's time for you to have your own play. Now, obviously, be safe. I do feel like some of you still live with this person, and it might not be a very safe environment for you to do that. So I just say to you, please be careful. And once you're able to have this person out of your life and they're not weighing you down anymore, please go out and have fun. But you really need to protect your energy. If you have friends, please tell your friends what's going on so that they're aware. You're aware. You're very, 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 very affected by this negative energy, and I need you to protect your energy. And remember, you're a priestess. Okay? So those are the messages that I have for you, and thank you for allowing me to read for you and trusting your intuition. If you feel called to support or book a personal reading with me, all of the information is in the description below. Until next time, take care of yourself and trust the path that you are on. That is where the energy closest for this pile. Thank you. Hi, if you're here, you chose pile 3, the Game of Thrones tarot deck paired with the American flag pennant. This reading is for you, so take a deep breath and let's see what messages come through. I was hesitant to pick this because there's a lot of politics going on in America, but Spirit told me to pick the flag, okay? And this is actually an heirloom from my grandmother. It's very old American flag pennant, and of course the Game of Thrones deck. So I'm like, why did I choose it this way? I don't know, but Spirit's gonna tell us, okay? So we've got Game of Thrones cards that I haven't used in a while, and it is Dark Moon. So the energies are a little bit darker. Ooh, Temperance, what a lovely card. Temperance is alchemy, and of course, I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones. Maybe you haven't, that's why you chose this deck. But this is Sam. He is Jon Snow's right-hand man, and he is a very gentle, sweet, kind character, and he's knowledgeable. And also the moon is in Sagittarius right now, and this is a Sagittarius card. So alchemy, balance. I also have a little book here for the Game of Thrones cards. I do know what the Temperance card means, but I do like to see like how it also relates with the Game of Thrones. Temperance. Okay. Balance, adjustment, resources, guidance, choices, moderation, and reconciliation. Samwell Tarly is Temperance, the card of balance and adjustment. A gentle, cerebral soul, Samwell must quickly adjust to life at Castle Black. He cannot fight, but he finds a protector in Jon Snow who helps him survive the brutality of training. His mind is his greatest resource. After destroying a White Walker with dragon glass, Samwell turns to books for an explanation. Reading at Castle Black's library, he discovers that obsidian blades may have protected the children of the forest, and therefore have the power to save humankind from the lethal army of the dead. The two candles represent the past and the present. Samwell mines secrets from old books and scrolls that will guide Jon Snow in his defense of Westeros. So you may be managing a huge workload, balancing budget, or negotiating with demanding people. Carefully assess your priorities and you will get the balance right. Give others what they need, reasonable measure, but conserve your energy too. Make time to schedule, plan, and care for your own needs. Overall, the card asks you to redress whatever is out of kilter. Yeah, and this is actually my obsidian blade. I did not realize that was gonna come up, but so definitely need to have some more protection with the obsidian, but I also see Temperance as alchemy, so which is balancing chemicals for a greater outcome, or art. You might be working something artistically. Let's see. Ooh, the world. So here we have the map of Westeros and the world card, which is completion. The fool has completed his journey. I'm also seeing the dragons, the lions, and the wolves, and the deer for the houses of the Game of Thrones. If you're not into Game of Thrones and you chose this deck, I'm sorry, I'm nerding out. But this is the world of Westeros. And the world is completion. Meaning completion, success, reward, integration, expansion. So I see that you've been working on something, possibly artistically, or working on balance, and you're coming to a completion. A map of Westeros is depicted with the creatures of the sigils of the houses: Stark, Baratheon, Lannister, and Targaryen. This is Lannister, Baratheon, Targaryen. The four sigils echo the symbols of the four evangelists on the Rider-Waite Smith world card, known as the Tetramorph. The animals represent the four corners of the Westerosi world. The card number 21 reduces to 3 the number of the Empress Daenerys Targaryen, who vows to break the cycle of oppression and claim the Seven Kingdoms, fulfilling her destiny. The world is also the final card in the major arcana sequence before return to 0 and the fool who's reborn into a new world. The world represents fulfillment and deserves success. This may be graduation, promotion, the completion of a landmark, creative project, or celebrating key anniversaries and birthdays. In relationships and families, love flourishes and brings you joy. The card also heralds a time of expansion as future plans take seed. So you may travel or move into new business and friendship circles. Spiritually, the card suggests oneness with the world. I do definitely see you working on something, and I also do see this oneness. Temperance, art, alchemy, creativity, success, completion. We'll pull one more card here. Uh-oh. The Devil. Okay, what's that about? So the Devil for me is addictions. It also is toxic relationships. Now, if you know this character, you know this is probably the most evil character in Game of Thrones. I would argue that he's worse than Joffrey. So, we have the Devil here. So there may be somebody trying to sabotage whatever you're trying to complete here. Now, if this is a relationship that you are happy about, there's somebody else watching from afar that might be trying to ruin this relationship. So please use your obsidian and protect yourself. Now, that also could be protecting yourself with your angels and your guides and your deities, okay? Oh, let's read it. I might have to draw another card for you. That was not overly joyous. Okay. Temptation, addiction, power, anger, lust, excess, materialism. Now, also, I'm getting, be careful if you have major success to not get into a materialistic mindset. Also, this is a collective reading, and like when I grabbed the America pin and I put it on the Game of Thrones, I was like, oh my gosh, am I about to read a reading for the world, like for America? I did think that. So this could be the state of the American people. There's a lot going on, and gosh, I mean, there might be a World War III with this reading. If this is a personal reading, you might be experiencing a personal World War III, but currently, as I'm doing this reading, Donald Trump is trying to take over Greenland, and that is what is in politics right now. I don't much fancy myself with politics, but I mean, you may be in your own little world like I am over here trying to mind my own business, and then everything just explodes in World War III. That sucks. Ramsay Bolton represents the devil. As Sir Jorah Mormont says, there's a beast in every man, and it stirs when you put a sword in his hand. Yep, that's called power. In the case of Ramsay, he is innately cruel with or without an instrument of torture, and he happily corrupts others to act out his sadistic fantasies. Ramsay stands proud in his chamber of torture. The black chamber signifies oppression and the darkest aspects of human nature, while the chains show control and dependency. The card's number reduces to the lovers, and the devil is fear, the antithesis of love. So when I pulled this, it first came out like this. I don't normally read reversals, but it does have a reversal meaning, so I'll give both. Upright meaning the devil reveals an agreement, moral obligation, or relationship that restricts you. The card also stands for materialism and ego. So it can mean feeling enslaved by work or debt or negative people, draining your energy or bank account. It's also the card of addiction to substances, sex, illicit affairs, or pattern of victimization, whatever gives you short-term refuge or pleasure, but is ultimately damaging. You can't, however, be free of this situation. Can also be a binding contract. It did come out like this. And so it says, when reversed, the card's meaning is hopeful. You recognize that you deserve more than you've been getting. So breaking an agreement or habit may be easier than you think. I mean, it's still a pretty powerful card. All right, what's the Halloween Oracle have to say about this reading? Is this for America? Is this an American reading? Oh gosh. I just want to be in my own world. If you're experiencing this, I mean, you are powerful. You're temperance. You're balance. You know, you are completing a cycle, but there's something that's going to try to sabotage it. Okay. Joy, rejoicing in the present. So it was reversed. The devil was. So that's hopeful. Joy. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm seeing. You're just living in the moment. You realize you can't control all of this around you. Joy, rejoicing in the present. I stand here. I am where I am, fully alive and present. Stress is a sham. Besides the who of a not-so-scary trick-or-treating ghost on Halloween evening, one of the most common sounds you'll hear is laughter. There's so much joy at Halloween, and it can be one of the most fun nights of the year if we allow that into our lives. And just a reminder, this is my Halloween deck. It's not my personal deck. This is by Stacy DeMarco, but I own this deck. We lead busy lives, whether we are studying, run a household, have a demanding job, or all of them at once. It seems there is a little time for us to stop, be present, and enjoy exactly where we are at this time. It has been said that the first step of real change is stopping and acknowledging that we actually need change. While sometimes we might feel that there is little to feel happy about and much to change, we can always feel grateful for something right now, and there is power in that position. That's right. It is time to find the joy in this moment and to find that joy more often. Should this card come up in your divination, it heralds arrival of more happiness and profound joy into your life. It is a good omen. So I think whatever this is, it's gonna come out, like leave. Actively seek pleasure and build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter in your life. After all, we build in appointments for the dentist. Why not for our own pleasure? Yes, take time for yourself. Whatever this is, it doesn't serve you over here anymore. And that's all I have for this reading. Thank you for being here and for spending your energy with me today. If you feel this reading resonated with you, I also offer personal readings. You can DM me on Instagram to schedule and take what resonates and leave the rest. And I'll see you next reading. Bye.